Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Hope you're well. Sun's been out, and I've had one of them absolutely delightful spring days again. Honestly, they're my favorite thing in the world. Absolutely love it. And we're getting cracked on. So we've had some cool developments that I'm going to share with you, and got some awesome stuff lined up for this week, as you would expect. Been busy on the camera all morning. Got a selection on a serious pond on yesterday. It's actually the one that is holding my best Nisai. So I did the final selection to decide what will be fish that will eventually be listed for sale, with especially with growing for the following season, and what's been coming out to list for general sale, which has opened up. Then it's just kind of the gridlock that I've got and I'm managing. It just kind of opened it up a little bit to get the next move done, to start creating a bit of pond space. And then when kind of shipments are in and settled, it'll come full circle back round to having the growing ponds to get set out for the season ahead, which is all good. And so like I say, been on the camera, but it's also given me chance to really start using the bit of kit that Dan is deployed. We've got the first part out. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, rather than the kind of paper records and little bits and bobs that we've typically done, everything is already going in now to our new system at this point, and on from there, which is awesome, because the eventual part of that is we'll be adding a finished picture, and that can be listed straight out, which is just... it's awesome, really. It really is just really seeing the potential of what it's going to do for us in the process, and remove so many parts which take up so much time. Can't wait. And then just keeping it cleaner, data cleaner. Just a crazy little function I've got there now, where we're logging a pond movement of a fish, and I can click on a fish and see its whole history. Everything that's been done to its records, its pond movements, you name it. It's quite incredible stuff. So yeah, very, very happy in that respect. And coming around to the bit for you guys. So we have now yesterday, as planned, sent out the invites for anybody who's ever made a purchase from me via Koi Online, Stoddart Nishikigoi, the website, any platform where you've purchased a fish. That is all now. You should have received an email which will invite you just to confirm your details and get everything set up, ready for the next step, which will I'm not 100% where they're at, but we'll be getting to confirm all your fish present and correct and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's really cool. And just please check your inboxes, your junk box, your junk mail in particular, because quite a few have been landing in there. I think it's from a new domain, or I'm not 100% sure. So there's a high chance at this moment it might land there. And just be sure you check it for future ones, so it doesn't land in your junk. So yeah, I mean, awesome to be at that stage. It's not for, at some point, obviously people who haven't will get to register and get on there when the actual big public rollout comes. This is all the admin stuff that's going to relate heavily to shipping, because obviously with the change in the weather, we've already had an influx of people. It is a difficult period, feels. I will ask for patience, because we've got all this crossover between systems at the moment. As much as we'd like to say, please don't bother until the end of March, I know that is just not going to be for a few people. So I get it, but I'm pleading for your patience as we muddle through it, and we're having a bit of a shift internally with who's doing what as well. So we will get it all together very quickly. But for everybody, I'll say it again, come the end of March, when a lot of the overwintering finishes, we're not going to hound you. We need to see where ponds are at. We'll be bringing everything to ambient now, probably the middle of the month. I'll start that, getting everything settled down to ambient, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, what it will allow you to do, like I say, you'll see your portfolio of fish, and you can arrange your shipping. It kind of liaises two ways, because if there's anything in there that can't be shipped for whatever reason, it'll be kind of noted on the fish, and it's just going to make everything so much slicker for everybody, and you can see what's happening. So awesome stuff. Very, very happy with all of that. So if you are struggling, please, I've seen that there's been a few reaching out to me. I'm always happy to have a quick chat, but it's actually Chris or Dan. Those two guys are all over it. Me and Cole's manning the fort this side, the fish house. So it's one of them two guys you want to reach out to, or by the email addresses. I'll probably get something formally written up just to stick in both WhatsApp groups and pin it for a little while, so you can know what to do in all different instances at the moment. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to get all of your fish gone as quickly as possible, because that's the fastest route to me solving my pond space conundrum. But we're not going to obviously just get to end of March and force things on people. There's a lot to be checking and doing in the process. Plus, I couldn't physically get them all just out at the end of March. There's an absolute shitload of work to getting all that lot prepped and away. So yeah, and on top of that, we will look to do the collection event again. That'll be no doubt sometime in April, where if you'd like to come along to our unit, we'll have your fish there ready to come and pick up, and you can have a bit of a chat and a chin wag at the same time, which is it was really nice last year actually. So we will be looking to repeat that again, as well as something we're planning for the end of this month as well. So we'll have a look and see what it all looks like. But of course, when we've finalised it, I will let you all know. And yeah, other than that, I suppose a bit of fish talk. What I've not done, because yeah, time's been quite precious today, is drop a few videos in. So this week, we're doing an auction tonight. It's going to be a combination of the live stream and WhatsApp again. And I've been photographing a few pieces out this special Nishikigoi pond for you today. I'm just going to drop a couple over, and then I'll be back on Thursday night. Sorry, Friday night we're going to do. It was quite good this last Friday, so we're going to go with the Friday night again. And yeah, some more bangers there. But let me just, I'm just going to drop a few of these videos over so I can actually share them with you then. Because I got some real quirky bits in amongst all this as well. Of course, got question time tomorrow night. And yesterday, I actually managed to film a video for the channel. It's the first time I thought, right, come on, need to get back on the horse. So it's one of my journal videos. We'll get that processed and through, and then hopefully, as my diary, the heavy stuff's lifted. My diary's always mental, but we'll get back into some flow with that. Just generally day to day, it's a little bit calmer at the minute. So there's the headspace for it, let's say, which is always good. Right, let me ping a few of these over. Say really diverse mix of Nishikigoi coming out of that. Dean asking me if I have any Akabeko coming up. No, I've something actually. I'm going to share it. Something very similar looking. Won't look like it in the end. You could say maybe a little bit at the minute, but not right now. One more after this, but we're not done. Got a bit more to do yet. We're just sorting through one of the overwintering ponds as we so all the fish in that system now are getting assigned their pond numbers correctly. And yeah, you can some of the things this could lead to are going to be quite cool. We can execute on it all bit by bit, but all just bringing that experience, that vision of, you know, the process of buying a koi online. Getting it closer to what I had pictured up here. Right, one more and I'll start sharing a couple of these with you. Right, while that one's transferring, let's have a look. So first one, we'll go with what I just mentioned. This is a fascinating fish. Some of you might remember this one that's been up before. I'll take the volume off because you got me waffling over it. But let's flick that down there. This is an Ikarashi Azumi special. This is a breeder I think I'm going to deep dive into a bit more this year, because I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves in the weird and wonderful scene. But that is Yamanagashi, and I've seen that there's been an attempt to call these black dragon or red dragon. I don't know which one I'd seen. I just saw the dragon bit and I thought, to be honest, I thought I'll just fuck off with this now. Getting a bit ridiculous. But prior to that, that's what they've been known as. It's the Wagoi version of Benny Comonrio. And it's quite remarkable. I kept this from a small toe site. It was just all red. Absolutely all red. But I knew what it was. And I thought, you know what, just give it some time. And in the past 6 weeks, a little bit of Sumi came up. And then it's gone to the point it's at now. Now, the fun, just as with Comonrio, you're going to have a bit of a wild ride with this one. We don't know what the finished Sumi pattern will end up looking like. But it's showing signs. There's Sumi all over the body, which is cool. And what's there is of phenomenal quality, which is important. Plus, you can see, look, the head colour, the body will come up to that level. Trust me, 100% it'll come up to that level. That with the Sumi combination is going to leave that thing looking absolutely insane. I think it's probably the second year I've seen these in his toe side now, and I am really, really enjoying them. It's almost, if you imagine it, in essence, it's like a red version of a Matsukawa Baki. That's what you've got going on, and it's Sumi's going to behave in a similar way. Got a really cool head pattern coming on it, but yeah, visually very, very striking, that one. So that's one line. I'm not sure what nights I'm dropping here. That'll probably be in tonight's. In all fairness, let's have a look. Oh, another one. I think this will get a bit of attention. So here, I've got one of my Coda specials. We love our Coda fish. Deutsch Goshki with a bit of Ginrin as well. I remember this back to when it was a little toe side. It just had, I thought, wow, that's quirky. And it's all relying on what that mid-body section does, which was white. And now you can see it's starting to turn towards that Kuro style that I want it to be. So, and the Benny quality, it really is Goshki Benny look. And having seen the scale line down the back, I'm going to ask him actually when I see him again, because I seem to think, and it would make sense actually, Shisui's possibly been a part of the creation of these amongst a few other bits. And it makes sense why he's had Shisui going on. But that aside, stunning coloration, always important with the odd bod stuff, strong body setup to it. I really want to see that. I don't care how quirky it is. If that body's shite, it ain't going to do it for me. So yeah, and I think that base is going to continue to darken. You can see it sort of towards the back of it getting a bit thicker already. And that's when it's really going to have the impact visually when that darkens up, because it'll become a pattern element. It'll almost as if it's another colour within the pattern. And just trust me, it'll completely change the game with that particular one. And then, so that one will be tonight for sure. I've got a lovely Saito Kohaku, which this is from, oh, there we go. Last year, I only had a few of these amongst his toe sides. I've got the full batch of toe side this season, but every quality I'm expecting to see. It's going to be a nice guide for you in relation to what the others are going to do. So this is from the new Kinsen female he's been using. But what I love about this is you've got Saito, it's the depth and softness of the colour, which is something really appealing because it's just deep quality. And now he's starting to then get the hue, excuse me, coming through from the Kinsen side of it to create that lovely deep richness. And you can see it there, look, you're getting the deep red, but there is still that softness. And it's phenomenal when you get both going on. And just superb. The sashi on that fish is so good. And the key was in a great place. Then you just got that simple 3-step maritime pattern. I think it's a cracking example. And another one that will be for sure in tonight's listings, along with some others. But yeah, I think it's a superb piece. Oh, wife's ringing me. And then next up, a couple of lots I'm going to reserve for Friday. And one of which, I'm so glad I only had 4 of these kept. Oh. one of the Raden Kabuto from Saito. It's a beastie, over 50 centimeter Nisai. Just look how good it is. And this video is actually quite cool because you really get to see the multi-tone and the depth of quality. Look at that, look. That's absolute filth. Look at that in that scale. It is amazing. I think these things are phenomenal. The filtering already nicely progressed and advanced, which is great to see. So good. And an amazing body line to it. They know how to grow. I had that one leave recently that was 5 years old, 82 cm. You know, that's not messing around, and that has got every quality that fish had. And actually, as a Nisai, already bigger than that would have been as well, because Saito doesn't exactly max them out. Scale line's a dream. I mean, that bit just over the shoulders there is a sign of really what's to come, and very, very exciting one that is, for sure. And I'll tell you what I'm just going to do as well. So it's here, is post the group links in here. So tonight's will be in the Koi Online group, and Friday nights will be over in my Ricky Stoddart one. But I know they're not in the description at the moment, but afterwards I will post all of that stuff in there. Just pop it in the live chat for now. There's one of them. Not a bad lineup again there, eh, folks? Not that pond's not messing around. I tell you what blew me away the most. Again, I think it was around about 60 fish came out of there, 60 Nisai. And I would say the majority, well, they were up to 55 cm. So, I mean, that tells you, but the majority somewhere from 45 to 55 cm with great volume, great condition. Again, the performance on the ponds, on that pond in particular, has been quite remarkable, which is, it's great to see. But obviously hitting them sizes a lot around that 50 to 55 cm mark, which is on the sort of top end sizing. You know, it's where a lot of the bigger breeders are hitting with their mud pond raising. So obviously I'm very, very happy with that. That's both in there. What's with the lack of YouTube videos? Well, if you notice, I've been live streaming a lot, which I've managed to squeeze an hour, but it's been purely the amount of operational work I've had going on here. It's just not been practical to be getting my phone out every 5 minutes, and or even carving out some time to get a proper production all teed up. And but they've been coming out, you know, on the lives a bit more. So it's not like I've vanished. So I don't forget you all. But yeah, the other ones are a completely different beast, and sort of like the journal videos in amongst it all, the quality's just not been there because everything's been so fragmented every day. That was the first selection I've done in ages yesterday, which provides a bit of backbone for some of it, and a lot of it would have just been absolute boring dross, and I'm not into putting that out on YouTube. So hence a lack of videos. At some point, something has to give. And I worked on the basis of there's quite a lot there, although I know a lot of you have probably watched it twice by now, quite a lot there to keep everyone entertained in the meantime. Let's have a look. Oh, this one. This is one for Friday. This is a special lot. One of the Oya metallic Asagis that I've been really bringing on to that extent. I just look at it. Now the colours started coming back through as well, and it's got all them sizes. The quality of the gin in the back, the metallic, the filtering, the scalation, look, every single bit of it. And these things have been growing. It's just crazy, actually, the rate and pace at which they've grown. Absolute savages. So it's the first one of my top pieces I'm going to be letting go, and it's because it's at a point now where the progress is really clear. Nothing showing up on the belly line yet, but I suspect it will soon. But even if not, how cool would it be if you just had that colour in all the fins, which is showing, and the face pattern that's forming? I think it'd be pretty insane. But having the Oya genetics, I think they've always been a bit slow with the Benny. It's only going to be a matter of time. So yeah, I think it might be fair to say there'll be a steady bit of competition for that one because they're so unique as well. It was a bit later when they come up last year, so we don't know if there's going to be any more, if it's anything he's pursuing at the moment. But we've got what we've got here, and yeah, they're rather cool. I've been very, very impressed with what they've done over the time that I've had them. So yeah, that's a few previews for you, ladies and gents. And actually, not forgetting, I'm not going to show you them now. I'm going to bite the bullet and let a couple of yellow monkeys go out in the auctions. Scared me even when I say that, but I actually realized yesterday how many of them I've actually got sat here. So yeah, risked it with a few on Friday. We'll risk it with a couple more and see what happens. So epic chance. Make sure that you're in if you want that opportunity. It's going to be a lively bunch. I've posted both links if you're not in the groups already in the chat, and I'll make sure it's in the description when the video is over. And the last one is this week's prize competition. I'm going to get one fired out. Might even be two by the end of the week. I don't know. But I've had one circulating. The fish has been out today, and it reminded me I've got an epic orange monkey that was in the last one where there was a choice of the yellow or the orange. The yellow got picked. I'm going to do this as a standalone one for the orange monkey because honestly, it just looked phenomenal, and somebody's going to be blown away with that one. So I'm going to look to get that set up this evening and dropped out to you. And yeah, it's going to be, honestly, it's beaming. It's the most intense orange I've ever seen on a. I'm not, orange isn't really a color in koi. Really, it's an in between kind of throwback when you might get a bit of a shittier heel sorry looking a bit orange or something like that. But this is aggressively orange and should stay that way because there's nothing there that should turn that into a red pigment genetically, which is rather cool. So there we are, ladies and gents. That's everything I've got for you today. Just to recap, regards the system, you should have had an invite email by now onto the new platform to verify your information. If you've ever purchased a fish from me anywhere in the groups, the website, you should have it. It could be in your junk folder. Please look out for it and get that done. It's just going to help us as we move to the next bit where you'll get access in to see your fish and bits and bobs before we roll on for the platform launch towards the end of this month. So awesome stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go and get firing through this rather full pond of soldfish and yeah, get all them tied into the system. And then other than that, I will see you all this evening for the auction. So I hope to catch you then. Thanks, folks.